Images of men and women vary from person to person. In this video, I will be interviewing people to find out their opinion on gender roles in regards to depression.
Excuse me, ma'am. Would you mind if I ask you a couple of questions about gender roles and depression?
Sure.
Do you view depression to be more acceptable for men or women?
I think that I accept one or the other. I think that it's acceptable for both men and women to be depressed.
Why is that?
Well, like I said, I just feel that that one gender over another is okay. We're both equally allowed to be depressed.
And how did you formulate these ideals?
Well, I think I would have to say just through my experiences in life. I don't feel that men and women should be categorized by the fact that they are men and women. You know, life has taught me that.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Do you view depression to be more acceptable for men or women?
I would say women. I mean men.
Why is that?
From personal experience, I guess I kind of feel that men can cope with depression better than women, I guess.
And how did you formulate these ideals?
From experience in raising my kids, people deal with depression differently. Some people deal with depression by cutting themselves, hurting themselves. I've found out just recently that I'm a stress eater. When I'm depressed and stressed, I eat and eat and eat. And I think that possibly could have been part of the reason why I had 2 heart attacks in January. But I've been on medication for depression for years. And just personally, I think that as a man, if I was a woman, it'd be different. I don't know.
Do you view depression to be more acceptable for men or women? Why?
Depression is something that anybody can experience. It's usually a chemical imbalance, so it's a treatable thing. I don't think it's gender related.
How did you formulate these ideas?
Well, I've been treated for depression myself and have seen both men and women deal with it. I know treatment can work to cure it, so I guess I just by experience.
Do you think depression is more acceptable in men or women?
I think it's more acceptable in women, actually. Starting off, we have to deal with our body image. We have to worry about whenever we go out. We're like, I don't really have depression. I know it runs in my family in women, but not in men. So,
So where did you formulate these ideas?
Seeing actually a lot of my friends' moms, they take a lot of depression pills. It runs in women a lot more. That's where I see it from. That's how I formulated it from, was seeing it all growing up. So.
Do you believe it's more acceptable for men or women to be depressed?
Women.
Why?
I think because they're viewed as the weaker sex, for lack of better wording?
I think because men tend to feel sorry for them for basically the same reason, just because they always look at women as delicate, not, that they need more attention.
And men are more masculine, they want harder feelings.
And how did you guys formulate these ideas?
Society.
Just society, parents.
Do you find it more acceptable for men or women to be depressed?
I think it's either or. It depends on culture and what sex the culture is in.
So would you say that is your why?
I don't think there is a... I think depending on what culture, society you ask, it could be either one. I mean, it could be more or less depending on our culture. Now, if you have a woman that is in a more where the male is the dominant, in the dominant society where the women typically serve as a servient role, then I think there's a higher incidence of depression among women. But it's all culture driven. It's by culture. It's about who you're coupled with. It's all kinds of things. I think men could be just as depressed as women. It just depends. So.
And how did you formulate these ideas?
Years of experience.